Back in the early days of YouTube, one of the very first video requests that I ever got was to do something on all of my 1200s at once. And I thought that was a really dumb idea. Until today, where for some reason I'm thinking it's a good idea. So I got them all out. I'm going to show them to you. First things first, nothing is for sale. And there's a reason for that. We'll get into that later. I have 7 of them right now. I've had as few as 1, as many as 12, but they all do have a story. These are the 2 that you've probably seen in my videos the most. They're right in front of my computer monitor. I'm spinning on them. I'm mixing on them, and on a weekly basis at least. I got these at a pawn shop style music store called Music Go Round, probably about 12 years ago. And I'm sure I paid under $200 a piece for them. The market was soft back then, and you could do that. I used to buy these all the time, and then other DJs would want to buy them off of me, and I'd pass them on and end up picking up more. They've got Shure white label cartridges and needles on them, which are my preference. I know they don't make them anymore, but it's an awful nice versatile cartridge and needle. And I've also got Amoeba Music slip mats on them. That's from the Amoeba store in Hollywood, California. This was my very first 1200, and I pulled this out of the club I was working at in the 90s. It was called Safe House. It's still around. They had 2 decks in there, and I've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours on this deck. It's still got the old Vizio incorporated slip mat on it. That was the gear store in town that did all the install stuff and the maintenance stuff. And if you were a cool DJ, you got your gear there. Now, it's got a lot of beer spilt all over it, and soda and everything else. The thing really took a lot of abuse, but believe it or not, it still works like a charm. These 2 came out of Music Go Round, I'm sure. And I know I didn't pay anything for them. Probably $1.25 a piece or whatever. I've had several of these black either 1210s or Mark IIIs or whatever. And this is what I have left. I used to buy them, and people would want to get turntables. They'd reach out to me. I'd hook them up. If you notice, this is the Mark III. And the reason it's a Mark III, it's got the recessed button on here for power, or knob. It's also got this little pitch button here to lock the pitch. The pitch itself doesn't lock, and I never liked that about the Mark III. I like the regular old Mark II with the locking pitch. I'm just old school like that. But yeah, not really a pair, but my 2 black 1200s. This set right here is probably my most special set that I'll keep forever. These came from my friend Mike Guy. I never wanted them, but unfortunately Mike passed away, and he wanted me to have them because he knew that I'd appreciate them, I'd take care of them, and I absolutely will. In fact, when the all-record mobile DJ stuff comes up, these are the ones I want to take on the road. Now, not only did Mike leave me these turntables, but he also left me his vast, beautiful record collection. And you guys have seen that in the background of most of my videos. A lot of that stuff came from Mike. I had stuff, but after I saw Mike's collection, my stuff was actually embarrassing, and I purged a lot of it. So, yeah, these have seen some serious road warrior stuff. And they're gorgeous. Mike took very good care of them. These are the Grundorf cases he carried them in, and they're actually big enough where you can put a cover on them and put them in the case. And another thing about these that are kind of cool is he's reworked all the wiring back here. I don't want to pull it all out, but he's had it all modified and upgraded. Still has a ground on it, but it's got better RCAs on it. And he's got the original Technics head shells on everything with Shure cartridges. That's very old school. And everything works. Everything's in good shape. I'm going to have somebody go through them actually soon. My guy Rick Jules does that kind of stuff, just to make sure they're in tip-top. And I will be taking these on the road with me when it's time. So there's all 7 of my 1200s, the story behind them. And yeah, they're not for sale. When I was a young man, I had to pawn a set of these, and that killed me to do it. I mean, I had all these records and this dream of setting up a studio in my home, but we ran into hard times. I think I pawned the set with cases and needles and cartridges like new for $200. And I vowed from then on out I'd never be without a set. And then whenever I've tried to help a friend out with a set that I've gotten from someone or bought at a pawn shop for a good price and passed that price on to them, they've ended up flipping them for a profit. So that does rub me wrong when I try to help somebody out and they do me like that. So the policy from now on is, nope, I only acquire, I don't distribute. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So anyway, quick video for you. A little late, 13 years late on the request, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions about any of this stuff, let me know in the comment section. We'll see you next time. Practice and enjoy.